Well, I'm back to a familiar job today. I've noticed when I've been driving, I've been getting a little bit of clunking coming from the right hand side, and there's a bit of play here. I don't know if you can hear that. It's just slight, it's that way, it's horizontally, it's not up and down, but I'll have my MOT coming up at the end of the year, so I might as well change it now while the weather's reasonable. So obviously, as usual, safety is the first concern, so I've got the jack still in place, got an axle stand underneath the wishbone, and I've done the trusty wheel under the sill, just in case something fails. The next step is to use the grinder, and I need to get in, probably in behind there, in here, to get this off. I will have a quick shot with a pair of mole grips, but I think it's unlikely it's going to do anything. And the same with the bottom one. The chances are I'll have to get the grinder in at that sort of angle and cut through, hopefully. But yeah, see, here in Scotland it's just too much salt on the roads. Everything rusts up and corrodes. And I've got the replacement drop link, so we'll just give that a quick visual check. Yeah, roughly and roughly, so that should be fine. So I'll get that changed. So, time to cut. Well, the grinder's made very short work of that. That's been about, I don't know, 30 seconds. So that's that one off, and hopefully it's going to come out. So I'm just going to see if I can knock that out. Hopefully it does, and I don't need to sand anything down at the back. But that's what it looks like. I'll see. I'll put the. Can I put on the flash? Well, I don't know how to put the flash on. I'll check. There we go, there's the flash on. Let's have a look at the back. I can't see because that's up above the strut tower. So hopefully that's okay. I'll just give it a quick tap with a set of mole grips. Well, it's loose, but it's not coming out yet, but I'll give that a go. One tip for you is when you're cutting this off, try to get that cutting edge as flush as you can with the inner edge of the strut mount for the drop link, because what I've done is I've actually cut it slightly too far in, and I'm having to give it another go to get it in. So when you're cutting that, push the blade against the this mounting point and try and get it in as close as possible to the edge of this metal on the other side. But obviously don't go too far that you cut it. But yeah, so that's me having to do another couple of minutes work here. So that's it cut through. Remember, when you take this off with a grinder, it will be extremely hot, so don't just pick it up thinking, oh, that'll not be bad. So as you can see, I've cut right through it there, and then it just comes out. But you might be lucky where you live. You might not have nearly as much corrosion due to salt on the roads in the winter like we get here in Scotland. So that's that one. I'll now need to do the bottom one. So to get access to the bottom one, I've just simply pulled it out. So it was on there and I've just pulled it off like a chicken leg or whatever. So now I can see exactly where I need to cut it. You'll see that slightly raised. That was handy, I managed to stop the video there. So you can see that slightly raised section there. I need to get the cutter against that edge there where my nail is and cut it along the edge of this sway bar, and then it should just pop off the other side, no problem. So that's the plan. So I'm part of the way through the cut here. You can actually see the silver where I've been slightly rubbing against the edge of the sway bar. So as I say, I'm about halfway through, and I need to get obviously a bit yet before this whole thing will fall off, and then I'll just push it through that way. Well, that's that cut off. I'm not going to touch that with my finger, but that's clean through now. There's the bits that came off. So this is the one I just cut off. You can see I went at it on the inner edge, and then on the inside it was one of these. That's the warm one. That's the cooler one, but this was what was on the other side of the sway bar. This bit, it's still bloody hot. So the next thing now is I'll straighten up my steering, and then I'll see about putting in the new one. I'll be putting a little bit of copper ease on that, much to some people's dismay, but here in Scotland, unless you want to be cutting nuts off all the time, you need a little bit of anti-seize compound. Otherwise you have to get one of these. It's a lot easier undoing a bolt than it is using a cutter. Well, there we go. So I'm going to take these off. I'm going to put a little bit of anti-seize on the threads at both ends. Got some anti-seize here, and then I'll put these into the position. And then usually all you need to do is put a bar on there, put a little bit of tension on it, and then it should drop into place without any drama. So that's the first time in 5 years I've actually had to change this right hand side drop link. I have changed the one on the other side twice. I changed it I think not long after I bought the car 5 years ago, and then I changed it just earlier on this year. So this one for some reason has lasted much longer than the other side, and I'm now on nearly 185,000 miles, so I don't think I can complain about that at all. So anyway, next thing, anti-seize, and then put it into place and bolt it up. I'm going to try to show you what I mean about this bar. So you put this bar between the sway bar, and then you'll see it's lined. Well, it's difficult to see, but it's now lining up. And once it's lined up, you can let it go, and that's it in place. Just need to put the nut onto it, which is here. Now, on this particular drop link, there's a flat on the other side of this thread, which in my case is a 15mm, so you can hold it. So that's it on, that hold it, and then tighten this up fully. So I'm now going to put the nut onto there and tighten that up. But the actual nut is 19mm. So that's me. That's the one to lock the back end of it, and this is the one to tighten up. So you basically just holding that in place there with the small one, the 15mm, and then you're going to tighten it up with the 19. So I've done that at the top and the bottom, and that should be it. Job done. If you have any questions, just ask. I got these on eBay, the drop links. I think they were about £10 or £11 for the two, allegedly with a 5-year warranty. So we'll see how long they last. Now I've just got to put the wheel back on, and then I'll need to take the axle stand out, lower the jack, and put the tools away. But quick and easy job. If you're getting any kind of knocking from the front end, just have a quick look at your drop link, get somebody to shake it, feel this bar, see if there's any play, If you feel any kind of clicking, chances are it's on its way out. So that's it. Okay then. Hope everybody's having a good day. Bye for now.